Nah, I'm just trying to show you gotta be committed, man. You gotta be committed. So let me mute myself because I know it's gonna be loud. My bad.
Oh man, what's up, Ebony? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay. How you doing? I'm pretty good.
Doing all right, doing all right. Dealing with Thanksgiving, man. I I know I've been hitting a lot of brokers up, and brokers been telling me that you got to hold the load all the way to Sunday. No,
Sunday or Monday, yeah. And even if somebody pick up tomorrow, they gotta hold it to Monday, right? So definitely like with your pro tip that you put out. Mute yourself, James. Mute yourself. Definitely. Anywho, definitely if you pick up tomorrow, you still gotta hold it to Monday, right? Because a lot of people still probably won't be accepting shipments on Friday, especially like retailers, because they're gonna be having a lot going on, right? So
now I found somebody. I found it took me a long time. Like I literally didn't find. I found 2 loads, but it took me all the way to 3 o'clock. From all the way in the morning to 3 o'clock, just looking on the load board, going over here doing something else, and then hearing the bell go off, and then come back and be like, "Oh, that's nothing." But I actually, I had to get off the load board. I'm lying. I did not find it on DAT. I had
found it on TQL.
Found it on TQL. I had to go to their load board. I had to. I was like, because nothing. Everybody I called was like, "Nope, Sunday, Monday, Monday."
He loved hearing that, James. TQL.
Yeah, I mean, I hate that. I found it on James Lame Cousins network, but I found it. But they deliver on Friday early in the morning, and they gave me extra money to hold it till Friday. So that was actually a blessing there that I actually found somebody to do that. But Ebony, do you want to go over the FMCSA the 6 new requirements they got out there for dispatchers? I've been doing a lot of research, and then even talking to my mentor the other day. He kind of went down the list and gave me what they was thinking about it. Like, I don't feel that nobody actually knows, but everybody's just giving their
opinion.
Their opinion on it. And
right. And so that's why I said, when me and you had a discussion, that's why I said I will wait to.
Who says you TQL? That's who.
I will wait to. My partner, OTR, one of my partners, OTR, definitely, if they tell me that I can't get paid my percentage, they're not paying me the full amount so I can pay the carrier. The carrier get paid before I do. They just take my percentage out.
Yeah.
If I can't get paid through that, then that's when I told you guys I will move to another sector of logistics. I'm not chasing nobody down for my money. Again, like last Tuesday, even when we had the factoring company on here, now we be the last person that they want to pay when we done made them that money previous. You see what I'm saying? That we done made them that money. So then when it's time to build them, you got a lot of people that they dispute charges. I mean, even if you had a credit cards on file, it's so much crazy shit that goes on underlining. It's ridiculous. And I do have to say, even brokers have to vet their shippers. You know what I'm saying? Shippers have to be factorable as well. So like when a broker sign on to a factoring company and they have shippers as customers, they have to make sure those shippers are factorable, which makes that make sure they're going to be able to get paid. You see what I'm saying? For moving their load for them. So it's so many avenues in this. Don't get me wrong. I love logistics. I've been in it too long. But like I said, I'm not going to be chasing my money down, right? So I will move to another sector, and that's not going to brokerage either. No, I don't want to do that either, because that's just like dispatching. That's just another form, another name. They still fucking dispatching. You know, I mean, that's the cute, you know, legitimate word if they want to say.
It's crazy you said, because I saw a video with Adam and my mentor, pretty much who works with Innovative, pretty much said the same thing that you just said.
Right. We just on the same page. That's why I support who support me, and I know that they have the knowledge that I already be talking about, but they just you know what I'm saying, reiterate what I already be saying, and I'll be like, voila, there go God. My intuition is there. So, you know.
It's still not clear. It's still, and they said it's not clear about that factoring thing. They don't feel that you getting paid through a factoring company is actually what the FMCA is saying. FMCSA. I'm getting their name. I'm lazy. It's the country in me. I just want to say two of the words. But anyways, they don't feel that that guideline is affecting the dispatchers, but they don't want to go out and say it 110%. So they're just putting pretty much like, you know, we don't know. But let's go through that, Ebony, line by line of what, because everybody else has been doing it. So I was wait, because I didn't want to just jump on, and I didn't know. I wanted to pretty much, like I said, do research. You know, all of us wanted to do that. You know, listen to pretty much the people who, some of the OGs in the game, and then pretty much come back and explain to pretty much the people who follow us. But the first one that's on the list is interacts or negotiates a shipment of freight directly with the shipper or a representative of the shipper. So pretty much, we know we don't do that as dispatchers. We don't negotiate with shippers. We don't pretty much talk to shippers. We learned that actually in Alex's course. He didn't teach it in the course, but in the mastermind calls that he had, he pretty much told us, don't talk to goddamn shippers. You don't mess with shippers.
And that's why I never went after a shipper. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the difference between dispatcher and brokerage, right? And you know, and so when you look at a Raycon, they actually have, because there's like a binding contract. So all the brokers basically have where you cannot go after their customer. You cannot, you know, at least for 2 years or whatever the case is, depending on the wording that's in that Raycon. See, a lot of people don't read. You get what I'm saying? Reading is fundamental, as I always say, right? So that's why it's important for, you know, even, you know, when you sending your driver somewhere, and they need to know what that Raycon, they need to know and understand what is asking of them. Mm-hmm. And you need to know as well as a dispatcher, in case your driver doesn't understand, or, you know, whatever. You have to be more explanatory to it.
My bad. What am I doing? I'm messing around. No, you definitely correct, Ebony. You definitely correct with that. You got to read. You definitely got to read. And like Ebony said, we don't mess with shippers. If you mess with a shipper, then you pretty much got to go out there and get bonded and pretty much, you know, become a broker. But number 2 on the list, it says accepts or takes compensation for a load from the broker or factoring company, or is involved in any part of the monetary transaction between any of those entities. We pretty much already talked about that. We get paid from the carriers. It's still a gray area as far as the factoring company. I don't want to say like, you know, we can't, but that's still pretty much kind of a gray area. But from me talking to the mentors who know more than me, and even listening to Innovative Logistics actually on video, they don't really feel that that you getting paid through the factoring company is something that can mess you up. But don't say, CJ from HCH.
Nah, like I said, as
Yeah.
well as, because that makes it what OTR, that's why I cut for them, which
Yeah.
if I don't know what cut is, I fight for them, or I always talk about OTR because it has made my life a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
I'm able to, I get paid once a week. They take my money out of every load, my little 10% of whatever I charge, a carrier, right? I know my money gonna be deposited.
Yep.
They set my money aside in an account just for me, right? Out of all the carriers, and they have an agreement that me as the dispatcher and the carrier has to sign. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we can even have this agreement going to have my money already taken out of their percentage. Because what happens is the carrier get paid within 24 to 48 hours, depending on the cutoff time of when you upload that invoice.
Yep.
Right? So the carrier get their money way before I even do. But I know OTR has taken my money out and set it aside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that also helps the carrier. That's one less bill they got to worry about. If the money is already taken out, just like the factoring fee, they take their money off top, right? So
exactly.
they ain't got to think about, okay, my dispatch already paid, my factoring fee already paid, and then they get the money. They get whatever's after that percentage. But what a lot of people don't understand is, again, like I can go back to what Laura said, the trucker auditor. We pay for first female freight. We pay for services that we don't want to do or don't know how to do, right? And those are very important things. Like factoring and dispatching is a write-off for carriers. So that's going to help them during tax time.
No, definitely. Let's go to number 3. Arranges for a shipment of freight for a motor carrier with which there is no written legal contract with the motor carrier that meets the aforementioned criteria. So once again, we all, if you took the course or you pretty much took mentorship from Ebony or myself, to have an agreement, or a contract. And all dispatchers should have that. And if you have that, then pretty much number 3 on the list doesn't affect you. We have contracts or agreements. I have agreements pretty much that say, hey, I'm your dispatcher, blah, 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 and so forth. Ebony, you want to speak on that?
Yes, I do have a carrier agreement as well, as I have heard before, where some people disagree with you having limited liability power of attorney in your agreement.
I got that.
I disagree with that, because like right now, that's gonna mean a whole lot with that, with what's going on with the FMCSA right now. You get what I'm saying? So I do have that in my carrier agreement. I don't care what nobody else has in theirs, but I have it in mine, right? Because that's giving me saying I'm partnering with this carrier and I'm able to make a decision to book him a load, right? And do as far as his billing aspect, all those things that I need to do. I don't need to get him on the phone. I don't like working with people where I got to call every 5 seconds and like, do you want to take this load? No, I know if you trust me, I'm going to make the best interest for you, right? And let you know. Like I always educate my carriers on the market from day to day, right? Because it's shifting. It's constantly shifting, right? And what I do know is if you're not in that specialty area, if you don't have that specialty equipment, that's who's making the money right now. Like the double drops, you know what I'm saying? Those stick desks that's able to carry those wide loads and things of that nature, right?
Yep.
So it's, you know, of course I'm gonna say what I want to say, but to each his own. I do have a power of attorney in my agreement.
No, you definitely need that. Number four is pretty much, in my opinion, shooting the shot at double brokering. Number four says, let me find number four. Accepts a shipment without a truck carrier, then attempts to find a truck carrier to move the shipment. Let me read that again. Accepts a shipment without a truck. So pretty much booking a load without a truck or carrier.
And then
to find the truck. So you pretty much double. So
right.
Which we don't do. We dispatch. We already have trucks. You know, we have Joe Blow transportation. And when I'm calling TQL, it's for. It's not that I'm booking a load under some MC and then I'm going on, you know, Facebook
Trying
group,
to
find somebody and charging them an extra $500 or something like that. So number four, I feel, is for double brokering. Ebony, you want to add something to that?
No, I mean, yeah, because I do see it a lot. You see it a lot where you have, even on the carrier side, where they have a per se a brokerage side as well, and they go get some freight and see if they got a carrier. If they got a carrier side, they can't use their carrier to move the load. You get what I'm saying? So that's another aspect of double brokering as well, right? So then that's when they post it and see if they can get somebody else to move it for them.
Exactly. All right, let's go to number 5. Is a named party on the shipping contract. When we book these loads, pretty much we know, like I said, Joe Blow Transportation is pretty much the person on the contract. It shouldn't be Agency Express, far as the company on the contract. So that's what pretty much number 5 is saying. If you have the named party on the shipping contract, so meaning your company should not be on that shipping contract. It should only be the carrier that's booking the load. If your name is on that contract, Agency Express, you need to be a broker. Now, as far as like TQL, they put CJ Dispatcher, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my name. But if it said like agent at the company line, Agency Express, then I can get fined for $10,000 if I was to get caught. So,
Right.
Number 6 is, now I see this a lot in Facebook groups, and I'm not hating on nobody because, hey, do your thing. But I'm just letting you know, if you get caught, they coming for you. It's soliciting the open market of carriers for the purpose of transporting a freight shipment. Let me say that again. It's soliciting the open market, meaning you're going on Instagram, you're going on Facebook groups, marketing of carriers for the purpose of transporting a freight shipment. In other words, I got dedicated lanes. I got low access to what's the name. You know
I've seen that. I've seen that a lot in 2020, 2021. There's people lying about they got dedicated lanes to these carriers, and they that's basically to get them to sign up with them. And that's where the lie comes in at. You get what I'm saying? So and that's something that I won't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm very transparent in my business. I'm not gonna stand down on what I believe in, right? Yeah. And I've seen that a lot.
And let me put this out there. Me and Ebony, this is not us hating. This is just, letting you know, because, you can speed all day on the highway. You might not get caught, but at one time you get that ticket. So we just inform people, if that's the way you reel your fish in, do it, do your thing. But we just want to inform to let people know, it's like, hey, you can get in trouble by doing that. And that's not right, because you don't actually have dedicated lanes. the broker has those. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Have access to them, but you putting it out there can get you, you know. And the way these drivers hate people, and the way they be hating us in the Facebook group, you might want to be careful because they might report you. Now that this is,
yeah,
I wouldn't even be surprised the way they are. How they be getting me banned from Facebook groups just for advertising. I wouldn't be surprised you got some mad truck driver who had to shut down his company. Oh, let me go report this guy to the
FMCSA.
Yeah, so just be careful out there. We don't want nobody to get in trouble. You know, get your money, but you know, get it safely in the right way. That's pretty much it, Ebony. Like I said, once again, that we don't feel that that factoring situation will affect you. Like I said, Ebony, she has a partnership with OTR. If you was on here last week, you saw that with Jack Dasher, and he's gonna get back with us, and I'm still waiting on the information with that. But for right now, I say 80%. I don't think that's pretty much what they're talking about, but still be careful out there as far as number 2 on the list. Welcome back.
And it does affect a lot of people because I know as dispatchers, again, like we said before, sometimes carriers and even my brother, you know, James, he encountered this. I encountered this when I first came in, you know, on this side is having my own dispatching company where people have ran off with our money after we have made them money. You get what I'm saying? Like they didn't dispute it. And this even happens through even credit. You'll be surprised what people come up with knowing you rendered the service for them and they don't want to pay you for the service. And I hate to say it be mostly fucking us black people, and it's sad. It's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I rendered the service for you and you don't want to pay me and you disputing charges, and they see it a lot on the credit repair side, and it's getting crazy. It's so much scamming going on out here. You know, it makes you as a small business owner, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like really? And we know everything is hard right now for everybody, you know.
Another reason they came up with that for that that number 2 is because you had some dispatchers doing stuff the wrong way, like factoring the loads and then changing the rate cons and maybe sending the rate con to the driver and saying like, hey, this load was only $300, but pretty much it was like $1,300, and the money was getting deposited inside the actually dispatcher's bank account instead of the carrier. The carrier get 300, the dispatcher's getting 1,000. So it's reasons why they're coming out with these laws. And I didn't like it at first, but then again, I'm looking at it and it's like, I guess some of the bad apples are kind of like making them do some of this stuff. Cause like you said, you do got some people out here that's doing it the wrong way. But
that's where the mentorship comes in as well as, you know, even when you signing a carrier up, you see on some of their carrier agreements, they ask for either a blank check or the ACH information. And maybe when your dispatcher doing it, they're putting their information in and they're not supposed to. That's why, you know, majority of the time, well, all the goddamn time, I feel like you should have a factoring company, right? Shit. That's just point blank period. Make your life easier. You know that your money is going to be deposited, especially on the carrier side, 24 to 48 hours, right? Yeah, you got to pay a fucking fee. You know, even bank have fees when you have a business account or, you know, certain accounts that they offer that, you know, if you below a certain amount of money in your account, they're going to charge you a monthly fee. It's a cost of doing goddamn business at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah. Ebony, let's quickly move to the Black Friday sale with our mentorship. I want to talk about, your mentorship program and the services that you're offering that you got going on a crazy sale. First of all, tell us what you're offering for Black Friday out there.
I'm offering 50% off everything that's in my link in my bio, right? From my course to my mentorship to my coaching sessions. The only thing that I'm not offering 50% off of is my consultations, right? Because they already low, right?
Which
Definitely.
a lot of people don't know what all you have in your course. Because if you think that Ebony just got dispatching in there, you like sadly mistaken. Tell everybody what all the stuff that you got in your course. It's just not dispatching.
No, actually, I don't just have dispatching. It is dispatching as well as learning how about hot shots, right? As well as credit, personal credit and business credit, right? And
Yep.
I continue to add things in my course due to the fact the type of mentorship that I have, right? And that helps me to assist to continue to put more information inside my course. So don't just think my course has just dispatching information, because it doesn't, right? I am in a mentorship that, I feel like a lot of people should, especially in our community, grasp, because it's very important. Recession proof is what it says. I mean, he pours into us, like really pour into us, give us different avenues of different businesses that we can go out and encounter if that's something that we want to do, right? Teaching you how to flip your credit, leverage your credit, and things of that nature, right? So my course offers a lot other than just dispatching, as well as, even with my mentorship. I'm your mentor. I'm your accountability partner. I'm not for everybody, right? But you would appreciate my mentoring, if you decide to get into my mentorship, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
Ebony has credit. She has regular dispatching for the trucks. And then she also has the hot shot game in there, which is very hard in my eyes. But she got the hot shot game in there. And also the mentorship. And something that's big, what a lot of people don't offer, because a lot of people mentor you, but a lot of people are not your accountability partner. That's the difference. Accountability partner is going to be like texting you, hey, did you post today? Hey, did you do your homework? That's big. So a lot of people don't, somebody pretty much fussing at you and making sure like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and do it. It's just not mentoring you. If somebody's sending you information, that's what Ebony is offering. Credit, dispatching, hot shot, mentoring, and also accountability partner. And she also has, let me add one more finger to it. She's offering pretty much her, what's the word I'm looking for, Ebony? Her relationships. Because how many different relationships you have pretty much, Ebony?
I have a few core relationships, background relationships, DAT relationships. I just try to help my mentees step outside of their comfort zone, right? And if this is something, and I say this, right? Logistics is not for everybody. Just like Innovative Logistics posted today, right? You got to be some type of entrepreneur to stay in logistics, baby. And you gotta tuck your feelings to the side, right? You can't be no sensitive person to be in logistics, or it's not gonna work out for you, right? Because they gonna chew your ass up and spit your ass out, right? So, and that's the type of mentorship that I give, because I know what it gives, right? I know what logistics gives, right? And I even have to, understand, when I'm talking to my brother, like CJ, I be like, listen, like, no, you gotta actually make them understand when he's talking to his carriers, this is what it is. You have to stand on what you're talking about, right? because I'm never gonna bend just to hold on to a relationship, right? Because that relationship might not be for me, and I have to pay attention to my intuition a lot. You know, I feel like God has given me that, and now I'm starting to pay more attention to it. At first, I used to be like, no, I'm gonna go against my word, but now I'm not gonna go against my word with whatever I'm trying to do, right? And I'm not saying that I know everything, because again, I'm always a student of learning, and I'm always trying to research and continue to educate myself. That's going to always be what I do, because I am passionate about anything that I get my hands into, right? So definitely I have 50% off everything, like I said, besides my consultations. And just tap in with me if there's something that you're interested in.
Yes, definitely. That's big, yo. Like I said, that accountability partner is big in itself. Because, like I said, nothing wrong with my mentor, but he's not my accountability partner. He do not text me, and I pay money every month for only 2 phone calls, and I only get 1 hour. And when it's like 50, every now and then he may give me a little bit more. Like I said, shout out to him, and I'm not dissing him. But when it's like, 57 minutes, he's wrapping that thing up. Really at 50, he's wrapping that thing up. That's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to reach out to you and be like, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Or sending you information. Hey, this is what's going on with trucking right now. That's huge right there. And that's an extra charge, honestly. Because like I said, we have mentors ourselves and we don't get that. So if we're offering it, we probably shouldn't offer. We probably should charge y'all more for that. That's a new service, accountability partner. Accountability partner. Extra $50 if I need to text you. That's what Ebony offers, yo. And that credit thing is fire too. And she's a part of Recession Proof, so Recession Proof charging like $10 million for his course. So all the knowledge that she getting from his course, she giving you for the half price. So you're getting a lot in one course or whatnot. That it, Ebony, for your stuff?
Yeah, like I got different, like I have a 3-month mentorship, which is half off, and then I have you get 2 calls a month, on the second and fourth Thursday of the month. And pretty much if you do my coaching session, you get my coaching session 1 month and you get 2 calls. And then, my course, where you can just buy the course, and then you can buy the course with 3 months of mentorship. That's pretty much it. Also, and then our break-even point is in there, in the link in our bio. Definitely, this is very important right now in this market. If you don't buy that break-even point, it's very important right now. It will be very useful for you.
Like right now, membership, and you probably could have got away with break-even point a couple of months. You honestly never could have got away with that. Sorry to interrupt you, Ebony, but right now, your carrier, both of y'all need to know, because your carrier probably telling you I need to be making
$10,000 break per mile.
They own a truck. I was talking to a guy the other day. He owned his truck and trailer, and he was talking about he need to make $3 a mile. I'm like, bro, your break-even point is in the ones. Your break-even point probably $1.25, probably $1.
Tell the truth, shame of the devil, real talk.
And he owns everything.
And see, that's what they're afraid of. And I think that's a lot of times, that's what carriers are afraid of. And even owners that's like investing are not just only investing, they owning trucks and they putting drivers in there. They want to see an astronomical number that they make as well. You're not going to see that in that market. I'm sorry to tell you, I have to hurt your feelings, but you're not going to see the money that you're looking for, right? You might come out a little bit, but you're able to stay in business even after you pay your driver. But that's another thing. And I feel like a lot of carriers are scared to really know what their numbers is. And that's your fixed cost versus your operational cost. So
I had to tell a driver that the other day because I was like, you're not trying to become a millionaire with one truck. And I knew they was, but they, I called them out and they was like, no. I'm like, well, I hope you're not, because that's not going to happen. You're going to have like, 3 or 4 trucks to become a millionaire, especially in this market.
Hey, I want to jump in just real quick and say this. First of all, I want to shout out and say thank you to my sis, Ebony, for bringing Jack on last week, because I got after the call, we shared our contact information. I talked to him and I told my wife, I was like, I'm following Ebony's footsteps. I'm not dealing with no carrier unless they factor through OTR and I get paid directly. Because I know the other week I was talking about a carrier ran off on me. He finally did pay that invoice, but he hasn't said, we haven't communicated anything else. And what carriers are saying about that break even, well, both of y'all are saying about that break even, it broke my heart. I had a carrier last week, literally, they shut down and we had gone over the sheet and everything, and the numbers just wasn't working. And they literally was like, you know what, we can't do this anymore. And they literally shut down. But it was negative for me, but I'm not trying to be selfish and trying to, just, give me some money no matter what. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, y'all, still outside. At the end of the day, the break-even sheet allowed them to see what the numbers really were. And instead of keep going into the hole, they were able to say, you know what, let's make a business decision and let's stop, cut our losses short. Let's stop the bleeding, and then, maybe transition to something else. So that break-even sheet and get paid directly from your factoring company through OTR, get with Ebony, sign up, get if you're a dispatcher, get with Ebony, get some mentorship, and get the contact for Jack, and get paid every Wednesday. Because other than that, I ain't working with nobody. I'm not doing nothing.
They can't hear you. Can they hear you?
Those are definitely facts. So he definitely understands where I'm going with this at.
Somebody couldn't hear you, but go ahead. My bad.
I definitely love the way that I get paid. I put all my mentees on it, especially, and I'm sorry to say, I don't take anybody through no other factoring company because I've dealt with the other ones, right? And after they sign a carrier up, they forget about them, right? A lot of y'all don't do y'all research, or these carriers don't know, like when they sign up with these people, if they don't send in a letter after they get off the call, and even when they're on the call with a factoring company trying to see if they want to sign up, and see a lot of carriers go for the cheap percentage, right? But not knowing what they're about to sign up for, right? So once they get them signed up, and if they don't send that letter right after they get off the phone with them, an email stating that they don't want to be in a contract, they end up, once they sign up and they don't do that, they lock them in for a year, right?
Yep.
And once they lock them in, you don't get that customer service no more. You can't get your sales rep on the phone. I bet you can't talk to accounting. With OTR, I could do all that, from fuel to sales rep to accounting managers to whoever I want to get on the phone at OTR. Even when I emailed them regarding a carrier or something else going on, as far as making sure my carrier is getting paid and and their invoices are good.
Let me tell you, I had a driver that I was working with 2 carriers out of Florida. They were, I forgot who they were with, but pretty much at 4 o'clock, their credit line shut down. And when I say their credit line, pretty much you can, like, I guess with OTR, you can type in and see if somebody's, if you're about to book a load, you can see if somebody's credit is good.
Yeah.
If booking a load at the 4 o'clock, if you booking a load on a Saturday or Sunday for somebody working the weekend, you done. And then You call them. They had a certain thing on their website that you could type in the credit, but it'll come back as a maybe. So if it came back as a maybe, you would have to call the hotline, wasting more time, and say, hey, this credit is a maybe. Is it approved? And they'll be like, yeah, it's approved. But what I've had before is they told me it was approved. I go book the load, find out the next week that pretty much they didn't pretty much factor with those people. And the person that told me yes denied pretty much that they ever told me. All that to say is get with a good factoring company like OTR, because you won't have to deal with the BS with all these little small time. Forget it. Don't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm hating on them. It is what it is. Deal with somebody big time. And we used to like talk about Triumph. Triumph ain't it. OTR is who you need to go with.
They is a solution, right? They even help carriers set their business up correctly, where they have just a landing page so they can look professional to the shippers and the brokers if they wanted to go in and talk to a shipper and try to get their own lane, right? You know, get away from when you're a carrier signing up, when you getting your company started, get away from that Gmail account. Get you a professional email, right? You need a professional email so you can look legitimate, right? This even goes if you want to go get some money for your business from a bank. You need to have a present on 411. You need a little landing page. It ain't got to be fancy, long as it say J&G Transport or whatever, which I wouldn't put transport in my name anymore, you know, because I'm about to change my name, even though I got a couple of other LLCs, but I'm about to go. Give them
that game why, Ebony, because the people been hearing you say that. Tell them why you shouldn't do that and limit yourself.
What? Why
you shouldn't put certain things like, you know, transportation, logistics, to certain things in your name.
Because it's a high risk for banks. When they look at you like real estate, high risk business, you just got to do your research on high risk businesses that, you know, when you go in the bank, they look at you as a high risk, right? And they don't want to they might give you a little money, but you know, you might get more money if you don't put those type of names in your LLC, right? You know, again, the goal is to transfer your LLCs into a trust, but that's a whole nother thing, you know. You gotta get yourself wheeled in with the person that is in RPX and can give you the game about that. But you know, again, we wasn't taught that when we first started our business, and now that I do teach that, so I do recommend that if you got dispatch logistics in it, you need to change it. Which I will be changing my name to Solutions, taking the dispatch logistics out of my actual my transportation name.
Basically, what Ebony's saying is when you go to the bank, you can get more funding if you don't have logistics, trucking in the back of your name. You know, if you got Solutions or something else, you can get it could be a difference of getting $20,000 loan to maybe a $70,000 loan. You know, it's no cap on it. And you probably only needed 15, but if you can get 70, why would you want to get 15? So, you know, because you want to grow your business. So that's the game that she offers in her course and much, much more.
So talk about your mentorship, brother.
Probably should have talked about mine first because you got too much in yours. I'm talking about mine on the next call, yo.
No, you need to talk about it now because you're running a sale in your video. I can't say your video is so fucking fire. I was like, oh my God, look at him. You know, I told you, you know, you need to be my marketing person, my content creator, right? Hey, I be like, damn.
Nah, I ain't gonna flex. My homegirl came over. Remember I told you when I was on the phone, I think.
Yeah, you was like, I'm about to shoot some content.
Yeah, my homegirl came over here and shot it for me, so I ain't gonna take credit for that. So, little chick,
Did she
but
actually have a camera or?
she had a camera. She shot it with her camera and phone. Not
Okay.
even, and I ain't forget iPhone first of all, but she shot it half of it with her iPhone and half with her camera. So, you know,
Okay.
but yeah. Only thing she didn't do is bring the microphone, but hey, I ain't complaining. She charged me nothing, so it is what it is. Next time, next commercial we do, I'll just be like, hey, bring the microphone next time. But with my mentorship, what I offer is, let me read down the list. What for Black Friday? This is not pretty much what I normally offer, but for Black Friday, I normally do a 2-week mentorship call, and now I'm doing 3 weeks for so that's pretty much 3 weeks for the price of 2. So you get more. You get 6 1-hour phone calls in those 3 weeks. You get 3 1-hour Zoom calls. You get a explanation of the break-even point, the list of brokers to work with, new MCs, a list of questions to ask new carriers when you sign them on, a rate per mile worksheet so that can help you out when you booking loads, a carrier packet example, dispatch agreement example, a U.S. map breakdown of where to send your drivers, where you want your drivers to end up on Friday, where you want your drivers pretty much to end up on Wednesday. Pretty much I just give you a map of pretty much how you want to route your drivers, because a lot of times you might be in West Virginia on a Friday, and that's dumb. You do not want to be in West Virginia on a Friday. Certain states you want to end up on a Friday. Certain states you want to be in on a Wednesday. Me and Ebony know this because we've been dispatching. It took us years and a lot to mess up, and we know I do not want to be here on a Thursday, because if I'm here on a Thursday, it's no way I can get to the bag, But even if we are in a certain state on a Thursday, we know how to maneuver and get to the bag quicker. So it just the ultimate thing about a mentorship, if you go with me or Ebony, is like you're getting our mistakes, and you're getting our mistakes combined. Ebony, all her mistakes that she got 20 years. I mean, is it 20 years you got, Ebony, or more in logistics?
Well, it's 20 years on the corporate side as far as warehousing, cross docking, supply chain type logistics,
Yeah.
and then I've been around trucking so long. It's
Anyway, we ain't getting back to Ebony. Back to me.
right, yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
You're getting our mistakes balled up into one, but pretty much a list of questions to ask brokers and much, much more. Just pretty much getting somebody to practice with you. We with my mentees, we have a thing that we do on Saturday. I book a call with you, and we call brokers, and I tell you to ask for outrageous. I give you one of my drivers, MCs, and I talk to my driver beforehand and tell them that we're gonna practice but I tell you to ask for like something crazy, just so you can see how these brokers are gonna talk to you. And we just practice that. We practice it with me first, and then I put you on the phone live with a broker. So we really get you ready. We just not pretty much talking to you and say, oh yeah, you can do this. No, we putting the gun in your hand and we send you out to battle, with our mentorship program. So you're getting a lot. When you leave us and you have a driver, you definitely will be prepared. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like I said, it's just not we're patting you on the back and saying, yeah, you can do this, guy. Like, no, we are literally putting you in the field and we're training you, and we're going to give you the tools so you can pretty much make it out there in the dispatching world. Ebony, what else? Or is that it for today?
No, that's pretty much it. Unless some people have some questions that they want to come on and ask, right? And again, I don't know if everybody's seen my post, but use the code Black Friday, one word, in especially if you go on my website, you got to use the code Black Friday in order for you to get the 50%. But like if you schedule a coaching session, the prices have already been taken down.
Somebody got a request.
They got a question?
No, they requested. Keep talking, but somebody.
So that's pretty much it. But like I said, if you go on my website, you gotta enter the code Black Friday.
Hey y'all.
Hey, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to tap
Who
in.
is that, Kia?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm driving. I'm in the car, but I didn't want to miss that one moment where you did mention about, making sure that you change certain things or don't put certain things in your name, in your business name, because you will get denied. And one other thing I want to throw in there was even down to the merchants. I recently was trying to sign up for some merchants, and I was turned away because of that same reason. And they gave me that same exact reason, that you are high risk, and they just chose not to work with me at all. I wanted to say it was Stripe, because I couldn't reach anybody with Square, but with Stripe they did tell me that they was just like, you're high risk, and we don't work with anybody with freight, logistics, dispatcher, like none of that. So I just want to throw that out there just for those who are new, who are listening, who are learning. Like, it has so many different avenues. There's more reasons than one, even down to the banks, but especially when it comes down to that money. Merchants are a part of, your POS system, your cash handling. So it's important. So that's all. I just wanted to add that little piece.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, so she's absolutely correct about the merchants, right? Because what I use my merchants for, I use them on my my enterprise LLC. So and that's why I've got several, because what we're taught in recession proof, you want to create several LLCs, right? Because you can tend to, at one point when you get your businesses going, you can put them all in a trust to where you don't own anything, right? You're not liable for anything, right? So so she's definitely correct about that. And that's why I'm going ahead and changing my time of the essence name over, right? Because this is my longest LLC that I have, and it has age to it. So I will be doing that.
And I want to tell y'all, both of y'all, Black Friday commercials look really, really good. They're very inspiring. I'm super duper proud of both of y'all. It's what keeps me going. And just, for people to part of the testimony, things that people don't tell you about. Like, my business pretty much flopped, and I'm having to rebuild it and restructure it. So even just being in that moment and watching those who I work alongside, like yourselves, continue to be resilient, continue to be motivated, continuing to post, the good, the bad, the indifferent, acknowledge, we do appreciate that. And so for those who are listening, definitely, tap in, and there is beauty on the other side of the freight industry. The best advice I can give is just make sure your company is structured, because if it does not, it's going to be like the big bad wolf that blew your little house down. That's exactly what's going to happen if it's not properly structured. And so, yeah, I'm proud of y'all, and y'all keep me motivated. I can't wait till I can shoot me a little commercial. But yeah, y'all look really good, and I'm super proud of y'all.
Well, trust me, I was sweating like a hoe at church, because that was my first having a videographer come out. Definitely shout out to JK Visual, Jeremiah. He actually did a wonderful job. He's down here in Houston. And his spirit, his energy, I loved it. He was, so.
It was so Kendrick, yeah. He was super duper sweet, super duper genuine. He'll go a long way.
Yes.
that's it for me, y'all.
All right. Thank you, Kia. Happy
You're welcome.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to y'all too. Hang up with me so I can stay hands free. Can y'all just click me off?
And now I think you gotta click off. Can
Okay.
you hang her up?
Let's see.
Out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kia.
All right. So I guess that's a wrap for eavesdropping knowledge, man. It's
Yeah.
been
So we manifesting that we're gonna make. We definitely gonna encounter some people with our mentorships and things of that nature. I'm putting it in the atmosphere. I want God to blow on it, let the raindrops fall on it, expand our territory. We got so much to give to this community. And I definitely want to wish everybody happy holidays, right? There's so much going on in the world, you know, especially around this time. I'm always missing my loved ones, especially my mother. I know she'll be so proud of me because I keep striving forward. Even without her talks, but I know she's still here with me, still pushing me and things of that nature. So definitely cherish your family. I definitely appreciate my brother and my sister from another mother. They keep me level-headed, I guess. And CJ, you do too. You like my brother from another mother. You and James, I love you guys. And that's it for me.
Yes. I don't even know how to top that, man. Dang. I was on here about the crying stuff. Ending with that. Nah, I'm joking. But no, definitely happy holidays, people. Y'all don't eat too much. Don't get too fat out there. Don't be drinking. Don't be doing nothing crazy, man. But y'all keep it safe. Like I said, eat y'all some turkey, man. And like I said, this is another episode of Eavesdropping Knowledge, and we out.
And we out. Peace.